Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 741, Helping Others Without Losing Yourself. There's Stanley hanging out, becoming one with nature. It was raining, but it has stopped. I think we're good. Alright, helping others without losing yourself. Let me throw out a little Sun Tzu action. Know the enemy to win the battle, know yourself to win the war. So the enemy is the intrusion on your time. However, some people may try to dive in and get a few minutes of your time, and you treat them like the enemy. Well, don't treat them like the enemy, because then you'll get the short-term win, which is you'll win the battle, but then you'll lose yourself in that. Nobody will ever come ask you for help, and helping others is a way to improve yourself, because see, do, teach, right? You see something, then you do it, and the best way to learn it is by teaching it. So working with others can help you cement your knowledge of a topic, helps you research more deeply than you would have otherwise. So see, do, teach, but know the enemy to win the battle. So just rejecting somebody out of hand, that wins the short-term battle but doesn't win the war. And this is where you need to know yourself. And by knowing yourself, that's where you can set boundaries. Hey, I am out of time. I don't have the time to devote to sharing with you, to looking at that first chapter, to doing these things for you, because my time is already occupied. And that's your work time. Don't start encroaching on your private time. Well, I do have a couple hours off this afternoon, so let me take that and give it to you. Why? Know your boundaries. Sometimes you need those hours, so take them. As a lawyer, 10% is a pro bono standard. Also, Medicare is around 10% that doctors have to provide. So 10%, that's an acceptable standard. It's even in the Bible. Give to Caesar what's Caesar's, 10%. So 10%. So if you are giving of yourself, try to keep it to 10%. Don't be like me and give a couple thousand hours a year, which we're gonna slow down on that. But look at 10%. So 1 hour out of 10. 1 hour out of, so not even an hour a day to help others, give away, do other things that don't necessarily help yourself. Besides the teaching aspect, besides the learning, besides it makes you feel good. And that's okay. So you've got to do that, but within reason. This is where you absolutely have to set your own boundaries and enforce them on yourself. Don't be so, oh my God, it's a starving puppy. Hang on. There's a lot of starving puppies out there. There's a lot of authors out there who will take your time. Now, Pareto, he was a genius. 20% of the people will take 80% of your time. And then there's the outlier, the 1%, who will take 100% of your time if you give it to them. So that's where you need to, once again, boundaries, and establish that right up front. So you're giving of yourself, but within limitations. I have 5 minutes. I can read your first paragraph. When somebody asks you to read their book, hey, I've got 5 minutes. I'll read your first paragraph and I'll shoot you my thoughts on that. Because if the first paragraph can hook, hey, then that's a good sign. So, and weed out those who won't help themselves. This is an important thing that I've started doing, because somebody will ask for help. I'll be like, oh, hey, do this, write this up, or encapsulate this, shoot it to me, and then we'll start taking a look. Give them a little homework. I mean, if they're going to earn your time, let them earn that time. There's some people who just want something. It's like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Or, hey, I didn't get that first page written yet. They might have an idea that they want to flesh out with you. Great. Hey, let's talk about it. Okay, we'll talk about it. No, write the first page and shoot it to me. No, I'm not. I'd rather talk about it first. Okay, well, no. Answer's no. Sometimes you have to give homework, and that helps weed out those people who will suck all of your time without doing any of the work. So that's a huge time suck. So you're trying to help somebody, and they don't even want to help themselves. So weed those people out very quickly, and understand that it's a minority of the people who will take the majority of your time. And if you can weed those people out, that leaves you with a reasonable standard of that hour a day or 4 hours a week, whatever it might be at the most. Sometimes it might be an hour a week is all that you can get. Perfectly fine. Whatever is within your boundaries that is okay to give, and establish that before you start helping people, because otherwise you're going to fall into that trap of, oh my God, I lost a whole week doing this other stuff, and you haven't done anything for yourself. Got to treat yourself first and then help others. So whatever extra time you have in a week, 10% of that, not 10% of your overall time. So yeah, that calculation 1 hour per day, that's if you have 10 hours per day free. So 10% of your free time. So keep that in mind. All right. Hopefully that helps. Don't lose yourself. Set those boundaries before you get into the business of helping others, and then enforce them on yourself. Hey, I can't because I promised myself I would do this. I promised my family. Don't lose those promises to your family. You make sure you you keep your promises. Those are important. Peace, fellow humans.